Ellsbury from Acrylic Art Paintings. Welcome to my channel.
Okay, these are latex paints or house paints. One of my subscribers asked me to if we could create fluid art with latex paints, and then I said, of course, yeah. And then she says, can you make a video? And I said, of course, no problem. I've done it before, I figured, and so I could do it again. So this is one part of house paint, and I'm just putting glue, Elmer's glue, all on top, and I'm mixing it. Well, turns out that the problem is the previous videos I have made them long time ago using Floetrol. Well, guess what? People in Spain or in Latin America can get a hold of Floetrol. So I'm up for a challenge here. So I'm just adding water and I am mixing it with the paint like I do in my other pours. So this is the consistency I got. It's a quite thick consistency, and I decided to use silicone 3-in-1 lubricant. And I figure 1, 2, 3, 4 per color. 4 drops, and no lubricant in the white. So I mix them up, and we're ready. So latex has not been the best for me, yet I've used it in the past. However, this is the very first time I'm trying to attempt this with no Floetrol, just the paint, glue, water, and lubricant. So let's see how it goes. You know, experimentation is just half the fun. So, and the other problem is that these, I love these colors. The problem is that, as you know, if we mix them together too much, they tend to create shades of brown because they're secondary colors. So it'll be fun, they said. Okay, so I'm ready. Now I'm going to put some white in my canvas. Kind of like, it's very thin white. I'm just to have the paint slide. So I was gonna tell you, throughout the video at the end, I'm gonna show, I always show my dry paints, and you will see that some of them cracked. The reason for that is I live in Arizona, and so it's very hot and dry, and so they dry too fast, and so all the paint at the top was dry, and there was still fresh paint at the bottom. So yeah, when we work with formulas, we need to make sure that we try to stretch them or tilt them and really well, and also the place, take into consideration the place where we are at, if it's humid, if it's dry, if it's hot. Never leave your art or your paintings under a fan going, or try to force it. Don't do it. Look at those cells already forming. In the previous video, we saw that the 3-in-1 lubricant with silicone works really well for cells. So I figured that would be my very first try here. Since I always forget my corner catcher, I'm gonna try to do this. Try to catch my painting here with this cup. Don't know how much I will succeed, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try, right? So you see already that brownish color in there? That's what I was talking about. See? Sometimes when we mix those colors, it gives us this ugly, rusty, brownish. Well, I guess that's better than gray, but still. I'm liking what I see, nevertheless, except for that blob of green that I have on the right. So I'm going to have to do something about it. And I'm going to start thinking while I am stretching the paint here in the corners. So there we go. All right. Now, let's see. And at this point, my poor torch is kind of expiring on me, I guess, or it's not doing really well. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to get some heat out of it. The flame is not working really well. Okay, there we go. What do you think? I still don't like that green though. But we got sales. So that is latex paint, Elmer's glue, water, and silicone oil. I'm gonna have to do something about that green, guys. I really don't like it. So I'm going to use some white. And now that I'm looking at this angle, I know what I would have done, but not at the moment I was doing the video. I did not see that. But nevertheless, I'm applying there some blue, kind of like a baby blue, sky blue, and white. And see what happens. I'm holding the canvas with one hand and I'm trying to swipe with the other. So, see there? To me, that's a little too much, too wide of a swipe. I would have just used the tip. But you know what? Things are always better in retrospective. But when we are doing things, oh well, so we get the best of them. See, my poor torch. But see, we got some sales. So, but I still don't like that bottom green, so I guess I'm going to scrape it. There we go. And I'm going to use some, let's see, I have some blue in here. I like that. I mean, I like the green, don't take me wrong, but I think it had too much green for my liking. And now I have a combination of orange and white in here. So I'm gonna try to fill it up. Okay. I think it looks better. Sort of. All right, so now I think what I'm gonna do is there is a corner in here that I don't like. See that corner right there. So I'm going to do a balloon press in there. That area, I don't like it. So I have my balloon here. And I'm going to just press it. And later on, of course, you know that I will show you everything I do when it dries. Easy, going, and up. Yeah, looks better. Although I don't like that blue, but I'll work on it, you know that. I'll show it to you when it dries. Now test number 2, same colors, medium, water, and this time I'm going to use dimethicone. The reason behind it is because it's thicker, it's more dense, and so I figure, okay, I'm going to put 3 or 4 drops of it in each color like I normally do with acrylics, and see what happens. So I'm just adding the dimethicone in the colors, not in the white. I mix it really quick, and now I'm going to apply the white. Okay, starting with make the dirty cup, start with the white, and now a little bit of the blue. Use more white to kind of like put of a barrier in there, because I told you before that when we mix these colors we tend to get brown tones. I mean, I love them together, but boy, they're kind of challenged to work with. And then orange. And then we just repeat the order. Looks like I'm out of white. I'm gonna need to make some more. Or not. Just going to keep pouring my colors here and see what happens. Like I always said, experimentation is just half the fun. Now I'm gonna use my white around my canvas just to help out the corners. The moment of truth. 1, 2, 3, go. And I see cells. All right, most likely based on my experience, when the cells get this big as I lift up my cup, this means that as I stretch the paint, they're going to deform. So I have tilted and swiped the paint. I didn't want to show all of that because then we will be here for the next 6 hours, but I wanted to show you how it looks, and especially that it created cells for us. So another successful test. Now here's the third test. Same colors. This is a very thin consistency. See? Very, very thin. But to this, I decided that I was going to use the 3-in-1, but instead of drops, I would use a squirt. See? Just like the one in spray, people just squirt it into the paint. So I figure, okay, let's find out what that does. So now we mix it up. That's it. And now I have put my paints in this order across my canvas. I know it looks like a caterpillar, but hang in there. There is method to my madness. So now I'm going to use my paper towel here, and notice that the rest of the canvas does not have any paint in it, and that's because I don't want to put too much paint and have it crack. I mean, I have worked with latex and before, and if there's anything I know is that it reacts to glue and it tends to either crack or it does something except what you expect it to do. I like what I'm seeing here. Notice that I use my hair dryer. Well, my torch died. So I ordered another one, but it's on the way, and my hair dryer is the only thing I have. So it looks beautiful. I like what I see, but then again, like I always say, it's not done until it's dried, and that's why I always show you guys the dry pour or the finished work, because that is the moment of truth. Then all I've done in here is I just fill up that empty space with orange at my bottom and your top, and blue on the other one. And I'm putting dots in there just like I did in the previous, in the main middle pour. And so the idea is that I am going to create some designs in there as I swipe. So I just wanted to show you the first one, and I'm going to do the rest off camera so that I don't keep you too long. I mean, this video is already long enough. I didn't want to keep you longer than I should. So there is my handy dandy palette knife, and I'm just creating kind of a wave in here. There it is. So if you're enjoying this video, give me some love and hit that like button. Now all done. Now I'm going to put it outside and let it dry. If you haven't done so, come hang out with me by subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell. Now, dried pours. There is the first one with 3-in-1 silicone. There is the other one that I did with the dimethicone. This one is just pure lines that I did off camera. That one you can see some cracking in there. I left it outside as I did this one. Now I have to explain something in here. As you can see, it cracked a lot. And the reason is because I left it outside, and over here it's really dry and hot. So I just put some paint with my pencil, with my brush in there, and fill out those cracks. And now this is how it turned out. Now this one looks good. I just wanted to let you know, again, trying to be transparent. And here's another one. This is one that I did with dimethicone that I showed you. You can find it in Paraplus Light Shampoo or in coconut milk products for hair shine. This one, I used this acrylic pouring oil, just like the dimethicone. I put a squirt in the colors, same thing, put a squirt in the colors, and this is how it looked. It have some cracking in there, but I also wanted to show you those little tiny holes. That is because see those holes right there? My torch died, and so I didn't have any heat to burst those bubbles, air bubbles. So I wanted to show you how they look. So thank you for joining me today. If you decide to try this technique, come and share it with us in our group on Facebook. Till then, keep painting.